Someone had asked for a update on the fish room. I've been scaling back some, so thought I'd attempt to run a little video showing some changes. On the end here I used to have a 50-gallon metal frame tank with a puffer in it, but now it's tank's been sold, puffer's been moved. Moved my colony of shell dwellers up here. I have a couple of different varieties of fish in here now. Got the multis, of course. The fish I identify most with the shell dwellers. And then I have a group of regani. They're usually hanging out in this area. Rescaped it a little and moved it to a new location. And underneath there, you're probably not going to see much fish. I've got some grow out baby red tiger motas and some Juliochromis mallory, possibly. I bought them in Springfield. I'm not absolutely sure. Looks like everybody's doing a pretty good job of hiding this morning in all the moss and stuff. Anyway, there's a couple of the tanks over here. Top tank's still a goldfish tank. There's several different varieties of goldfish I've gotten from stores and friends. Underneath I have a divided tank that's somewhere around 75 gallons, but it's in 3 parts. In one part I just have some brown or blue dwarf crawdads. In this center section I've got a group of cories that I'm trying to spawn. There's some lasers and some albinos. And next to that's just a tank that's got a few bettas in it, and it's got a couple of black moors. I moved the moors down there because something, I think a pleco, was attacking them in the goldfish tank, so I tried to give them some safe place to be. And next to that I've got what I call my wide 125. Got a variety of Central South American types in there. A lot of Geophagus, some tiger stripe silver dollars. Still have a few of my babies, which are now old electric blue acaras. Kind of busy, kind of fun tank. Probably should have wiped it down before I started videoing, but that's not my normal thing to do. Opposite this tank is 135 acrylic that houses mainly my red pikes, which are going to go play hide and seek, and a group of silver dollars. and a lot of trumpet snails. Have an unusual thing over here on this side is an empty hole. I sold the 46 bow front that used to be here, and now waiting for something new to come in. Next to the hole is a Marineland 60-gallon cube. Got some South American puffers and some silver dollars in here. Next to that, I've got a 120 acrylic that's got some of my original babies from my red gold spotted Severums and some of the offspring from a spawn of those, and playing hide and go seek back here too. A giant gourami that's growing up. Basically, this tank will be his tank whenever he gets grown up. And next to that, I've got my 36 by 36 inch acrylic cube and my albino giant gourami. One of my favorite pet fish. Beneath him is a tank of crawdads I use for feeding puffers, and beneath that a homemade acrylic tank that houses the dwarf Mexican crawdads, a colony of those. I've tried to mix some cherry shrimps in with them. Across from that is an interesting acrylic tank that now houses the Fahaka puffer. He hasn't enjoyed the move, but he's coming around now. Excuse me. It's a nice tank for him, even though he hasn't appreciated the move yet. Underneath him is a 55, basically just houses one of my baby red devils that isn't a baby anymore. Just moved him. He's not very happy with me either. Next tank is a 5 foot 120 gallon acrylic tank. Houses my homegrown red Texas and his friend Fader Flowerhorn, and not so much his friend, another one of my baby red devils. Still very proud of this fish that I created. And next is between 150 and 200 gallon acrylic tank that I had made. It houses, unfortunately, still some Honduras red points, but main fish of the tank is my pair of leucistic giant gouramis. It's like they're posing for the camera this morning. Also have a couple of big old Hoplo cats that I've had for years. and a wild Midas or wild red devil that came from Honduras that a friend brought back. He brought back 2 survived. I have one of them here. Underneath that are small tanks, 5.5 gallons and a 10. I have endlers in one. We've got some black guppies in the other, and then the last 2 just have some baby corridors that are growing out. Trying to get some baby albino corridors going because I don't like the price that they've started commanding in the pet stores, so I determined to raise some more of my own. These guys are well started. This little 20-30 gallon hex tank setup has some emerald green cories in it, some Plecostomus, and hopefully a start of a colony of Burchardi. They're young and still growing. Next to them is a 30 breeder that is serving right now as a holding tank for the rest of my baby red spotted Severums. These guys, majority of these are going away this week.